It's your girl J-Bay, and I'm here with a new fun topic that has been very highly requested. Before I get into today's video, I'm gonna need you to stop what you're doing. If you're on YouTube, smash that subscribe button, turn on the bell for notifications. If you're on IGTV, make sure you're following me on Instagram at JBay Productions. I'll leave my handle here. And before you leave this page, please give me a big old like and tell me what you thought about the video. And like I said, make sure your bell is on IG, on everything, so you can see it when I make new content for y'all. Okay, so now that you've liked, subscribed, commented, whatever, all of that, it is time to get into today's video topic. Guess what it is? So many people have messaged me and asked me, Jay, I need your help. How do I gain more confidence? And I was like, you know what? It's a very requested topic, and it is something that I have had to master over the years. And I am not there, like my confidence level may seem 100%, but I still have growing to do, just like all of us do. So I did want to make the video though, because I know that people have commented on my confidence my whole life. And so I wanted to just tell you 5 things that have really helped me out and really helped me be more confident in myself and display more confidence in everything that I'm doing. So I hope you're as excited for this video as I am. I am so excited to share my 5 tips for you. So let's just go ahead and jump in the video and get a move on it, honey. All right, so rule number 1 is stop using I can't to start your sentence. Stop using it in the middle of a sentence. Stop using I can't. This may seem like a very mundane task to do, but it will change your life. Let me tell you why. On a regular basis, sometimes we incorporate things in our vocabulary that we normally wouldn't or don't even notice that we're saying. And I started realizing that I was always like, oh, I can't do that, or oh, I don't know how, or this and that. Well, I started realizing, wait, who made the decision that I can't be creative, that I can't be good at X, that I can't do this? And then I realized the only person who should ever tell me what I can and cannot do and accomplish is myself. So once I realized I'm saying I can't all the time and telling people, oh, well, I can't do that. Once I realized that I was saying that, I wanted to really stop, and I was like, wait, there is no limitations. Nothing is holding me back from doing blah. So I need you to realize right now, just make the little note in your head, just a mental note of just notice when you say I can't and see what follows that statement. Because if you're saying, well, I'm not really good at blah, or I can't do that, just go ahead and think, can you really not? If you took some time and you put a little bit of practice into it, maybe tried it a time or two, can you really not do it? And maybe there are things that are gonna take a lot more practice, but once you realize that you're saying I can't and you're setting those limitations yourself, because they don't actually exist. You can do whatever you want. We can do whatever we want. We always have a choice. So go ahead and just make a mental note of I can't statements and try to eliminate them. I still slip up every time or two. I'm not gonna lie to you. Nobody's perfect, and I'm definitely not perfect. But if you just try and pay attention when you're saying the words I can't or I am not good at, take some time, realize what that is. And if it's something you really want to do and you've always dreamt of, do it. We'll get into how you can do that in just a few minutes in one of the other tips that I have for you. So we're on to tip number 2. All right, so tip number 2 is turn your pain into greatness. I will insert it here in the video so that you can see. So you're probably thinking, okay, turn my pain into greatness. And it might sound silly, it might sound cliche, but it is something that I have been living by my entire life. And I didn't notice it at first until I really realized everything. So I know that if you're new here, you don't know too much about me. And if you're on this channel, you may not know a whole lot. But I'm just gonna tell you that I went through a lot growing up, just as so many of us have. I overcame a lot of things. I will definitely end up sharing everything with you guys. But I had a very hard childhood, very rough upbringing. I know a lot of us can relate. And I was always told that I would never amount to anything. And it would crush my heart when I was little. I didn't understand how someone could just really look at me and not see beauty or not see talent. It hurt. But then I kept just overcoming things because I realized I don't care what they say. They're gonna say it no matter what. They're gonna sit there, and if they want to make a false judgment, they're gonna do that no matter what, so let them. It has nothing to do with what you're doing. And you don't have to allow that in your life. Just know to avoid that person, or maybe that's not a good relationship and you need to, think about maybe stepping out of that relationship or friendship, whatever partnership it is. But I was told my whole life that I wasn't going to do anything. And every step of the way, I proved them wrong. And you can prove them wrong. It does not matter what limitations someone tried to set on you. It does not matter what someone has told you. If they've told you you're not going to amount to anything, if they told you you're never going to be good at it, if they told you that, just crumple up that garbage and throw it away. Because you don't need that. And you can do whatever you want. You can do whatever you set your heart to. Never, ever forget that. All right, so now we're on to tip number 3. Tip number 3 is emphasize your strengths. Right there, emphasize your strengths. Say it with me again. Emphasize your strengths. Just like we were talking about things, limitations, people setting those on you, we all have our weaknesses, right? And I will get to that in just a second. But I'm telling you, no matter what anybody said, no matter what you might think about yourself, I know you are good at things. And I want you can write it out if you want to, but if you don't have time, just make a mental note. Think of the 5 things that you are best at. You're an expert in what areas? What 5 things are you amazing at? And you just know it without a doubt. You're like, honey, I know I'm good at blank. Make a list of those and focus on those. Take those 5 things that you just made a mental note of, the 5 things you know you're amazing at, because I know there are 5 things you're amazing at. Take those 5 things and just emphasize them. You need to tell yourself you were able to achieve greatness in these 5 areas. You were able to become an expert in these 5 areas. That means that you can become an expert in another 5 areas, that you can go on to do all great types of things. And you need to just, if you're feeling down, remember the 5 things you're best at. And remember, if someone's trying to give you a limitation, they can't. Because you're good at those 5 things and they cannot take that away. They can never take that away from you. So take those 5 things and emphasize them going forward. Just remember, you're an expert at these 5 things. All right, tip number 4 has to do with your weaknesses. We just talked about all the things that make you great. Just 5 of them, actually, not even all of them. We just talked about 5 things that make you great. But guess what? I know I have weaknesses. I would like to say that we all have weaknesses and we can all learn from them. So rule number 4 is practice your weaknesses. Yep, you see it right down there. Practice your weaknesses. And what this means is I want you to take something that you see as a weakness. You wish you were better at it, right? Take that, make a mental note of it, write it down if you need to. And if it's something worth your time, it's something you want to be good at, practice it. You can take one of your weaknesses and turn it into a strength. You can do anything, and it's something that you can achieve. The quote that changed my mindset on weaknesses is this: everything seems impossible until it's done. I'm gonna say it again for those in the back. Everything seems impossible until it's done. When you start anything, even if you start something right now, start something as simple as a game. You start today and you don't ever practice, are you gonna be that good? I mean, you might have really good luck, but you might not be. And if you love that game so much and you want to get better at it, what are you gonna do to do it? You're gonna practice it. And you'll practice it once, maybe twice, maybe 5 times. Maybe you'll go on to practice it every day for a month. And then you will become amazing at that. So just remember, everything you've done in your life, there was a first time. There was a first time for this. There was a first time you went to school. There was a first time you played volleyball. There was a first time. There's always a first time. And just because you might not be good in your first time, and it might be something you feel that is a weakness, do it a time again. Do it 5 times, 10 times, 30 times. And by the end, that weakness will now be a strength. And you can add that to the tip right before. Add that to your 5 amazing things that you're good at. Now we're on to tip number 5. The big one, y'all. The big one. All right, so tip number 5 is stop comparing. I know you're looking at it. Stop comparing. You've heard it a million times. Hey, I even am still pretty bad at it. It's one of my weaknesses that I'm trying to turn into a strength. That's an example for you. So I know you've been told stop comparing, but it really comes down to it if you really give it a long enough thought. If we take 5 people, every single one of them is going to be completely different. Every single one of us are going to have similarities, but we're going to have differences. The road that I'm walking on, that I'm facing, might not be the road that number 4 is walking on and facing. The saying, walk a mile in someone else's shoes, comes into play here. You have absolutely no idea what they're facing, what they're going through. From the outside, it may seem, especially with social media, it may seem that everything in their life is perfect, but I can tell you right now it's not. On social media especially, we post our good moments. We don't post the day that we woke up late, made it to work late, forgot or locked our keys in our car, forgot to grab groceries, ran out of gas, all of those things. We don't put that on social media. We put, hey, look, I bought a new car, I got a new house, hey, I got an amazing new job, hey, I'm traveling the country. Yeah, we post those things, but that doesn't mean that that's all there is to a person, and it's so important. Even someone I consider myself an influencer, being on social media, I will never pretend like my life is perfect. The moments that you see are the moments where I feel good. Those are my highlight moments. Social media is literally a highlight reel. So just remember, not everyone has the same life as you. Not everyone has been given the same chances as you. Not everyone has been given the same obstacles as you. We all have our own. We all don't know what the other person is going through. So just remember, when you're feeling FOMO, fear of missing out, just remember, social media is a highlight reel. We post our bests. We don't post our worsts. So give yourself a break, remind yourself how amazing you are, and if you need to, give yourself a little pep talk and go and live your best life. Alright guys, so there are so much more that I can get into, but I hope that you have loved these 5 tips to help improve your confidence. Just remember, practice makes perfect. And if you have any questions and you want to see a full series on confidence, let me know down in the comments. Message me, DM me, anything. Just let me know that you love this video. Give me a big old like. And if you want, I will make a whole series on confidence, especially confidence as a plus size woman, because that is what I am most familiar with. But I hope you've absolutely loved this video. Make sure to subscribe, turn on your bell for notifications, follow me at JBay Productions on Instagram and on all my socials, and I'll see you guys next time. Bye guys.